Sean.
Alright, start with Sean. He's here. Next.
Andre.
Okay.
Kevin.
Rashawn.
Stop. Okay.
Gabriel. No, I'm kidding. Really? I'm kidding. Chris.
Hang on. Gabriel. Chris.
Marilyn.
Marilyn.
Liam.
I'm waiting for someone to get their voice in that.
Alright.
Debut.
What?
Debut.
Debut.
James.
Hang on a minute. Debut.
Leo.
Alright.
Giselle.
Going. Anybody else?
Nick.
Anybody else?
Jody.
Anybody else? So no Gensley?
Nope.
No Brian?
Nope. No. Probably late.
Layla?
No Ricky neither. Or Ricky.
Carla? Ricky? And who does not have school today that's here? Bones. Gabriel and Sean.
You all actually had school today?
Wow.
Big
Well,
bones.
it's an internship day. Feel bad for you guys.
What's that? So they did. What's that?
It's because we didn't go to school yesterday.
Right.
For
I'll use these.
Yeah, you did that on Wednesday.
Supposed to go to work
Here, here.
yesterday, but they canceled because of the rain.
Come here. Let's go. No, we got plenty of chairs. Let's go. We got empty chairs around the table. You're gonna be here. You're gonna have to think fast. Take your cues. All right. Welcome everybody. Now at the table. Come on. You're part of now. It's our new intern. Introduce yourself.
My name is Manuel.
What's
That's
up,
my
man?
last name.
What's that?
Do I see my last
Sure.
name? Manuel Lopez.
All right. So, follow lots of social cues while you're in class, because these guys have already been in it. They got a better idea of expectations, I would say, what they can expect, what we expect. Yay! How's everybody?
Great, getting better.
Thank you so much for Monday. You guys were awesome with visitors here. It was very helpful. I wasn't here Friday, and I thought where you're at right now, when everybody got up to say what they do, was great. We're going to keep working on that for lots of cool reasons. But let's first go to your quote today. People watch your feet, not your mouth. So whatever you think that might mean, and then in your journal, write a couple experiences of where maybe someone watched your feet instead of your mouth, or maybe they watched your mouth instead of your feet, and how that was for you. Brandon's out sick. That's why he wasn't here yesterday. If anybody's around, he's at the doctor's today because he wants to get better as soon as possible. I think it's probably a bad flu. Holiday fair. Everybody read their email?
Yes.
So it went to every student and every staff, but you guys are the ones that are selling, right? Who still has stuff from New York to sell? Okay, look around the table. Look around the table. Sean, we can still get stuff.
I already sold stuff, guys. I don't know what you're talking about now.
All right. We can still get you stuff, though. I mean, it's out there. I've gave you that opportunity. So raise your hand again and look around. We know Chris and Sean don't have anything to sell. Manuel is interning, so he won't have anything to sell. So whose hand is not up? Maryland. Tell us why.
Because I sold a lot of my bracelets.
Sold everything. Paid the $50 back, and how much ended up in your pocket?
$54.
$54 2 weeks before Christmas. That's a pretty good deal. You don't sound so excited, but I'm so excited for you. Are you excited?
Gas money.
What's that?
That was my gas money.
Gas money? All right. Well, it helped you get around, right? It all spends. Usually we all spend it differently, but it all spends. Oh, that's exciting. All right, so Friday. Who can be here at 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we're going to set up whatever is in there. We're going to set up and sell stuff because the directors of the school don't really like when kids are coming and going during school time, even though it's the Met. And we got a lot of freedom that way. People will be coming all day. I've already talked to 2 advisors that are bringing their whole advisory here to buy stuff at like 11 in the morning. But we can only promote it as 8 to 9, 11:30 to 12:30, and 3 to 4. So no matter what, you guys need to be here over lunchtime Friday. Is that doable? Mm-hmm. All right. And then come in after school because by then we probably sold everything. We can see where you're staying and get you paid. Pretty exciting. Yes, so Friday's the big holiday selling event for us because last week was canceled. Someone asked me for a pen. I think it was Sean right before class started.
I forgot my pen.
Do you remember what I said?
You have a very important story,
I didn't say it was important.
but
My first thing I said was, get resourceful, find one. So when I went to college, I never bought a pen. I would walk around the rooms at the end of the day and find 10 or 15 pens. Those people just leave their pens behind. So then when I came to the Met to work, and I was the principal at Liberty, and the front desk person would say, oh, I need to order pens. And I'd say, no, you don't. Walk around the school. So for 3 years, we never ordered a pen in Liberty.
Wow.
We would just walk around the school and find pens at the end of the day. So when I became transferred over to this job, her name was Eunice, was the front desk person then. She came running over. We were in the black box then. She's like, Jody, you're not going to believe it. I'm like, what? She goes, the new principal just let me order a case of pens. So she was very happy that I was gone. All right, so pitches. We're going to spend a lot of time on your pitches today and your qualifications, why you. And then we're going to talk about mission statements. And your homework is going to be to continue to practice your pitch. Like if you're not doing that yet outside of class, out loud, literally in the shower, walking down the street, it won't work. So this is the time of year where you're really perfecting your pitch. And it won't happen just being in class. And it won't happen if you just think about it. And it won't happen if you just keep reading it over and over again. This is where you got to start saying it out loud. So if you're not comfortable with that, do it in your bedroom. Do it when no one's around. In class, we'll always do it out loud. That's what I have about that. January 24th. So we have class on Friday. Next week, our trips. If you're on campus, if you're in school, come to class. If you have a whole school trip, go on your trip. So we'll see everybody next week at different times. After next week, you go on break for a week. You come back January 2nd, which is a Tuesday. So we'll have class Wednesday and Friday. The following week, we'll have class. We'll have a guest speaker on the 1st. So you'll have class the 3rd and the 5th. You'll have class the 10th and the 12th. Well, that's pretty good, actually, thinking ahead. You'll have 7 classes before you have what we call the fish tank panel. So you all heard of Shark Tank?
Yep.
Yeah, we have the fish tank this time of year. We are not ready for the sharks, but we're ready for the fish. So we have 4 people coming in to judge. That'll be at the table. The room will look very different. There'll be chairs, 1 table up here with your judges. You will come up in front of the room and present. You'll have your business clothes on, and you will present your pitch, your qualifications, why you, and your mission statement. So if you don't know what a mission statement is, that's cool. We're going to go over that today. And you'll have 2 to 3 minutes to do that. We cut you off at 3 minutes. We hope it's done in 2. And then they have 5 minutes to ask you questions and give you feedback. So it's almost like a mini exhibition. Very mini, right? Everybody has 5 minutes between your presentation and the judges. Are you excited?
Yay.
Yay. All right. By the time it happens, you will be, because you'll be very ready. That makes me excited. So today is all about your pitches. So let's go back to what is your pitch, right? So I want to go around the room. So I get to sit down, which is great. Just tell me how you're getting people's attention. Do you guys want 5 minutes to kind of look at what you have, or does everybody feel like they're ready just to tell me at least the first part? How are you getting our attention? Do you have a quote? Do you have a startling statistic, a question, a personal story, something in the very beginning that's going to get me to listen? Liam does. If you do, raise your hand. All right, that's not a lot of hands, so I'm going to give you 5 minutes to figure it out, because we really are going around the room today for about an hour, just getting down to what your pitch is. That's all we're going to do till we get the 2nd hour class. So if you need to get your phone out, if you need a computer, let me know. If you need to do any more research. But we're going to be covering all 4 of these bullets today. So I'm going to give you 5 to 10 minutes to start letting that marinate in your head and putting something down that you can present in class. Who wants to start? Liam, you still gonna start us?
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys want any preface, or do you, at this point, do you know things we will say if we can't hear you?
No.
All right.
In 1902, J.M. Barrie introduced us to the Lost Boys, a group of children living in Neverland who would never grow up. In 1987, Jeb Schumacher gave us his Lost Boys, a biker gang of teenage vampires. That's that. Yeah.
That's the first part, right? So
Exactly.
you have a cool data history to tell us, a little story on that. Can I ask you, do you ever get to the Lost Boys of Peter Pan, or is that not even
Well,
part of it?
J.M. Barrie is the original author of Peter Pan.
Do you ever tell me that?
No. Should I? That makes sense.
I don't know who J.M. Barrie is.
Yeah.
Like, I got 5 sisters that are all English teachers. They probably could tell you.
Yeah.
All right.
If
I
you-
really
if
do.
You say Peter
Can you
Pan,
imagine that?
You say Peter Pan and everybody makes the connection. They know
Yeah.
who the Lost Boys are.
Okay.
Yeah.
The original Lost Boys, anyway.
Clear, concise, good start. Who's next? I won't say that every time, by the way. All right.
What does your car say about you, and is it the impression that you want to make? That would be.
It's a great first question. Stand up.
Okay, still.
Yep. Now, say it again.
What does your car say about you, and is it the impression that you want to give it?
All right. So, anybody have feedback for him? Liam does.
Like Nick was saying, instead of phrasing it as a question, ask it again.
What does your car say about you, and is it the impression that you want? That's like a rhetorical question. That's how I feel. It kind of makes them think about
I
what
feel
your
like-
car looks like.
A more concise way to word it would just be like, your car isn't saying what you want it to say about you. Like something like more along the lines of that,
Mhm.
where it's just like a lot like shorter kind of.
So, I'm going to interject for 2 things. We've never done this before. When we give feedback, we don't want to give them feedback. Could be more about asking him a question. Do you think you should start with a question? We heard from
Okay.
Nick. Maybe if your question should be to your audience, make sure you know the answer before you ask it. That would make sense to me. But in this particular case, I think every judge has a car.
Yeah.
So I think you're all right asking what their car says about them. I think there needs to be a pause.
Yeah.
So try it where you ask me the question, give me time to at least process what you just said before you go to another question.
Yeah.
Try it again.
What does your car say about you, and would you want that to be the impression that you first make?
All right.
Is that better?
So I did issue kind of a warning about starting with a question, but that, as you said, is a very special kind of question. What kind of question is it?
Makes you think.
Rhetorical.
It's rhetorical. It's not really looking for an answer. This is a question that's really a statement.
Yeah.
You're just getting me thinking. You're not asking me to respond.
But that second part's weak.
You think I could word it better?
No, just how you're saying it. Try it again.
What does your car say about you, and is it the impression you would like
Pause.
to make?
Back up. Say it again.
Slow it down. What does your car say about you,
Pause.
and what is that the impression you would like to first
And that's what
make?
gets weak, because then you just kind of like trail off, because I already asked you one question. Why would I ask you 2?
What does your car say about you? Would you like that to be the impression that you first make?
Who thinks that's better? Everybody understand what happened there? Because when we give you feedback, when we work through something, it's for your pitch as well. So think about your own right now. Is there a place you need to pause? Is there a second part of what you're saying that needs to be as strong as the first part to make your point? All right, do it again like you mean it.
What does your car say about you, and is it?
Oh, you're killing me!
All right. What does your car say about you, and would you like that to be the first impression that you make?
Okay. You make. Choose make. Say the second part again.
Is it the impression you would want to make?
You would want to make.
Emphasis on you would want to make.
Yeah.
All right. Got it.
Or just say you gotta say each of those words. It's not one. All those 3
Okay.
words are not one word, and that's how I heard it.
What does your car say about you, and is it the impression you would want to make?
You would want to make. you would want to make.
Alright.
You would want to make.
What does your card say about you? And is it the impression you would What does your card say about you? And is it the impression you would like to first make?
Do it again.
What does your card say about you? And is it the impression you would and it
So remember to pause.
Yeah.
That's where you're getting. Don't look at me because I'll mess you up every time, on purpose. There's a hint to everybody.
What does your card say about you? And would you like it to be the first impression that you made?
Great.
Yes.
Hard to go second. First, I give you a pass. You had the courage. You went first. Second, oh, that's a hard spot, man.
What if you tell me your car says something about you?
I was thinking
Is
that.
that the impression you want to make?
Let that marinate in your head. You can get off the hot seat by sitting down. Wow, who wants to go up to that, huh? Woo-hoo! Good thing I don't have to pick anybody. We'll know who has courage. I mean, 2 people in the class are already here today and they don't even have to be. Like, I would think they're just so on top of their game they'd want to, like, stand up and do this, but maybe not. I don't know. They're looking at you, me, which one? Maybe.
Alright, I go.
Oh, thanks, Sean.
I was hoping Avery would go first. That's why I gave him a stare down, but I guess he won. Alright. There's a Liberty Mutual commercial of 2 kids that don't know how to change a tire. Nobody wants to be those kids, correct? And that's literally what I got so far.
Alright.
At least.
There's a Liberty.
Yeah, it's a Liberty Mutual commercial of 2 kids standing on the side of the road where one's talking to his dad trying to figure out how to change the tire, and the other one's just trying to do it on his own. They can't figure it out.
And the other one's really happy because they have AAA or
Yeah.
something, right? Yeah, alright. Alright.
So you're depending on all of us knowing
know
that
that,
commercial,
yeah.
right? Not fatal, but it could be a little dangerous.
Yeah.
You remember we said you need to give your audience a chance to get calibrated to what you sound like, what speed you talk at, right? And so this is another issue. You got to make sure they know what you're talking about. There are other ways to do that. That commercial is about millennials. And if you go online in about 15 seconds, you'll find out how little millennials know about changing tires or shoveling snow or anything else like that. And so there are some other examples you might look for.
Yeah.
What's your second part
My second
after
part.
the commercial?
After that, it would be my name's Sean McGonigal.
No, I mean you tell us about the commercial, then what do you say?
Yeah, that's what I said afterwards. It would start off with my name, my business, and I'd go on
Do it again, then I'll remind you.
From the beginning.
Okay.
from the beginning.
Mhm.
There's a Liberty Mutual commercial of 2 kids not knowing how to change a tire. No one wants to be those 2 guys.
Okay. So no one wants to be the guy that doesn't know how to change a tire.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. So do me a favor, stand up when you talk. Take your hands out of your pocket. And it wouldn't even matter what the words are right now. Just say it like you mean it.
What, the second part?
Just what we're working on. Get their attention.
Okay.
Whether you go with that or not, present it like present it like it is.
There's a Liberty Mutual commercial of 2 kids not knowing how to change a tire. Nobody wants to be those kids, correct?
Alright. So kind of the same feedback we're hearing over there. It's not all one sentence.
Yeah.
So if you just had a little pause between, here's the stage I'm setting, and then you ask a question. So try it with a pause.
Alright. There's a Liberty Mutual commercial of 2 kids not knowing how to change a tire. Nobody wants to be those 2 kids, correct?
What do you care about correct?
Well, I mean,
Just tell me.
yeah.
Just tell me. I don't want to be one of those 2 kids. Yeah, do it without the correct.
Alright.
Nice.
There's a Liberty Mutual commercial of 2 kids not knowing how to change a tire. Nobody wants to be those 2 kids.
Great. here's what I loved. When you, that first part, do you kind of notice how his voice goes? He's telling the story. That's like, hey, you don't want to be those two kids. You gotta have some inflection in your voice. You do that really well. So we want to really look at that first part, though. Is that how you really want to get people? Because if they haven't watched the commercial,
Yeah.
back to Nick, it might not be a question that you're asking. How many people here love their pet? And only like 2 people have pets. You just lost 3 judges that might give you money. Really, that's the bottom line, right? You want, this is the part, this whole elevator pitch that's going to take you 30 to 90 seconds. This is the part where you've got to get their attention enough to listen to the next 7.5 minutes of your story. Because the last page of the business plan is where you ask for money. So if you don't keep them engaged, you've lost them by the time you're asking what you need to start your business. So you want that inflection in your voice throughout. All right, great. Got to work on that first part because again, whether it's a question or a statement, you can't take a chance that they all know what you're talking about or that they all are going to answer the question the way you want it. All right, so you got to know your audience every time. All right. I got to say the third one. I just don't say it anymore because you all know you're going, right?
I'll just go.
All right.
Alright, alright. So I'm gonna change my beginning later on, because I'm still thinking of a new one.
And you're not going to narrate. You're just going to get up and tell us how you're going to get our attention, right?
I'm gonna be honest, this one's kind of...
I can't do that.
Okay.
We don't want to hear them because you guys are getting up and getting our attention. You're not giving us excuses. You're not saying what you're going to do, what you're not going to do. You're doing what you got.
Okay. My name is Kevin Yang, I'm here to
Okay.
My name is Kevin Yang, and I'm here to tell you boys and girls why we want to put your mind on design.
Feedback for Kevin.
Louder.
Louder. All right. Anything else?
Talk
Oh, right here. I love it.
Thanks. Okay. My name is Kevin Yang, and I'm here to tell you boys and girls why we want to put your mind on design.
I would say enunciate more clearly. So definitely slow down a little bit, but try to make sure that you pronounce every word so it's audible, because it sounds like you're slurring them all together. And I know that's a little bit hard because that's just like how you're used to talking, but try to like take your time.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, right? And again, when we give one person feedback, it's for everybody. This will be the first time they're hearing this. When you say it, it's gonna be like your 10,000th time. So, what artist? Who do you love as a rapper person? What? Jay-Z?
Kanye.
Kanye. Can be the same. You can just say something. All right. Say it again. Drake. All right. When those people go out and sing, they might be on the Today Show in the morning, another show at noon, another show at 5 in the afternoon, a radio show at 7 because they got a big performance at 8. They're singing the same song 5 times in one day to all different audiences, and every audience expects them to be on point, right? Same way, the best they can be every time. So that's how I relate to it, right? These incredible artists, musicians out there are doing the same thing sometimes 10 times a day. But we wouldn't know that because we're only hearing them once. And we want it to be on point, and we think it is on point because they have to know it and be on point every time. So, one, this is going to be the first time your judges hear you. So even though you've done it 10,000 times, you have to keep remembering they've never heard this before. Like, I've got to say this like it's the first time and the best.
All right.
All right?
Okay. You want to redo it?
What do you think?
I think I should. Okay. My name is Kevin Yang, and I'm here to tell you boys and girls why we want to put your mind on design.
All right, try it slower. Because I know you think you're going slow compared to the first time. You are. You're not going slow enough for someone that heard it the first time.
My name is Kevin Yang.
My name is Kevin Yang.
Hey.
There you go. You know what he did beautiful there, by the way? You'll hear me say this a lot too. When you go to present, human nature is to do this. And then people forget to breathe out. I don't know if you've ever done that. You go to present, like, la 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 la, and then you're out of breath. You gotta remember to breathe out. Kevin, you breathed out. It's the first time I've ever seen that.
Okay.
That's great.
My name is Kevin Yang.
Kevin Yang. Not Kevin Yang.
My name
I don't know, we can call your mom. Maybe your name is Kevin Yang.
Kevin Yang. Hey. My name is Kevin Yang. I'm here to tell you boys and girls why we want to put your mind on design.
Alright. I know what you're gonna say, Nick. Let's see if someone in here catches it. Any feedback for Kevin? How about on his words? Besides his name, Kevin Yang. No?
Boys and girls. I mean, isn't that gonna be judged like
Yeah.
adult judges?
A lot of mumbling.
Yeah, we still gotta hear people giving feedback. Go ahead, Chris.
I was just gonna say the boys and girls part.
Louder, Chris.
I don't know. Say ladies
Exactly
and
what you're
gentlemen.
saying, just louder.
Say ladies and gentlemen or something, because boys and girls kind of sound like you're talking to a group of little kids.
Okay.
Okay. Gabriel, you gonna say something?
I was gonna say.
Are you gonna say something?
I was gonna say what he said.
Thank you.
Maybe put more emphasis on the part when you're talking about putting their mind on design.
Yeah, it's a nice line. I think it's a nice line because now I'm
catchy.
wondering what do you mean by that, right?
Yeah.
It's catchy.
Yeah, it's catchy.
So change the boys and girls to gentlemen and ladies, and then put more
You got it.
emphasis on the what the heck? To put why we want to put your mind on design.
Sure. Try it again.
My name is Kevin Yang. Hold on. I forgot again.
Do you got a business name?
Not really.
All right.
Okay. My name is Kevin Yang. I'm here to tell you, gentlemen and ladies, why we want to put your mind on design. I don't know. It was something with the ladies and gentlemen. Just
Well, there you go.
it doesn't fit.
It is ladies and gentlemen more than gentlemen and ladies. Just a little
Yeah.
better flow to it because that's what our culture is used to. Like, you know, we started, and, you know, I'm a little old school, so I think I'm not too concerned with grammar or any of that, but I think ladies should go first.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So ladies and gentlemen, because ladies should go first. Good way to
Yeah.
remember it, right?
Yeah.
When you guys, people are big on grammar. When you say me and Joe are going somewhere, I don't care about grammar, but I think we should always put other people first. So that's how I remember it. Joe and I are going somewhere. We always put other people first, right? Just the other day we said it's other people's job to tell us we're good. We don't tell people we're good. We let other people, and we put other people first. So you're gonna try it again. If you're not comfortable with ladies and gentlemen, then let's brainstorm. What else could he say there? What are you saying now? Remind us. Say it again.
Oh, my current thing is right here.
Yep.
Okay. My name is Kevin Yang, and I'm here to tell you, boys and girls, why we want to put your mind on design.
Could just say nothing.
I'm here to tell you,
I'm here to tell you why we should, like,
put your mind
on design.
on design.
So just
Or how
cut
you
that out.
could.
Just
And then-
cut out the boys and girls, cut out the ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
and just have
Yeah.
you.
Because I'm almost thinking, right? I'm too busy to put my mind on too many things if I'm a judge, right? Like, I'm a business person out there, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm doing 100,000 things. I'm here for 2 hours to listen to your pitch and see if I should give you any money. But I'm not, if you tell me directly, as a lady or gentleman, to put my mind on design, you've just lost a whole nother market who I think you want to sell to,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Try it again. Take out that part, see how it goes. This is where you think on your feet today a lot.
Yeah. My name is Kevin Yang. I'm here to tell you. That. Okay. My name is Kevin Yang. I'm here to tell you that why we want to put your mind on our design. Well, keep going and going. I think that's a yes. My name is Kevin Yang. And I'm here to tell you why we want to put your. Okay. My name is Kevin Yang. I'm here to tell you that why we want to put your mind on design. Okay. My name is Kevin Yang. Yeah, I'm here to tell you why we want to put your mind on design.
Yes.
All right, we want to think about that. Only back to my point. If we're using the word you're still telling me my mind on design, where I think you want everyone's mind on design, or how to take the mind to design, or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could
The more
probably-
specific you make it to a person, the more that judge thinks you're talking about them. And if you're not talking about them, you've lost them. Because they're going to be like, oh, well, that's not me.
If you say your mind's like multiple minds, would that kind of, I don't know.
I'm here to embrace the life of the mind and take it to design. I don't know. You got to think about it. That's an old term around here.
Alright.
All right. So the bigger piece is, Kevin, for you, slow.
Yep.
Pause where you need to pause. You already heard that. Didn't come up, but know that. And your name is, if you're going to use your last name, then you're using two names, not one.
Alright.
All right. Go ahead. Is it for him? Everybody?
You must be tired, you've been up there for a long time.
Oh no. Just
Yeah, this is
something
for
hurt my
everybody.
leg.
When I speak, do you know that it's not Jody?
Yes.
When Jody speaks, do you know that it's not Liam? Yeah, that's because all of our voices are different. They're a makeup of how big our chest is, how thick our throat is, the shape of our mouths. You get to control those things. So, Kevin, the shape of your head and your voice sounds nasal. Everybody know what I mean by nasal?
Mhm.
Yeah? So
You,
this-
Kevin?
No.
You don't. It sounds like it sounds like you're making most of the sound here, instead of making all of the sound here and here. So, say this for me. Say hello.
Hello.
Say this for me. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, okay. See, you can control what your voice sounds like. Every one of you can control what your voice sounds like, how the syllables come out, how the sounds come out, how people hear you. So, you and I don't know what we'll do with other people because we all do this. You and I are going to work on hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good. Good. It's a great start.
All right. James.
I was gonna go anyway.
Oh, I knew you were. I knew you were thinking my advisor's here. I don't know how long she's going to stay. I probably should stand up and do this really cool presentation on my. No.
And you didn't smile. Not once yet.
I feel like crap today, to be
Oh,
honest.
all right. And you're here. Thank you.
Being and remaining relevant in the fashion industry is like finding a diamond in the rough.
I'm buying that.
I'm in.
Have a seat.
Ah! Not because you don't feel good either. So you earned it.
I kind of observed everybody else, so I didn't want to get all the back talk. So I saw do my
It could
best
be a
on
really
the
quick
first.
class today if everybody has that mindset. All right.
So
We
what-
got to do it again because we were kind of impressed. So.
Being and remaining relevant in the fashion industry is like finding a diamond in the rough.
Nice.
He's not asking us anything. He's absolutely in charge. I came here to tell you. Right? It's a really nice approach.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So
All right.
we all take a note. We'll all take a note from this. Here's a guy who knows what he's talking about, even if he doesn't.
Yeah. What are you?
He's got me.
Fashion, right?
He's got me fooled.
Yeah.
All right. Dun, 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 dun.
I'll wait for like the jaws.
Who's next?
Andre?
Oh, awesome. Man, I didn't have to say it? That's great. Pretty soon he's going to say it. I bet your friends got your back like that, Andre, making sure you get up and talk today.
Yeah, I know. He's looking at me like, he's just thinking like, oh yeah, I got you. Just wait.
Did you know something as small as a keychain can make such a big impact?
No, but I know when hands are in your pocket, I'm probably not going to pay a lot of attention.
Did you know something as
I think that's great. Yeah, no. Starts, stops, puts his hands in the pocket.
Pay no attention, Andre. Pay no attention.
Did you know something as small as a keychain can make such of a big impact?
What are you selling?
Keychain?
Keychains from the 3D printer?
No. I'm gonna make them on Photoshop and then print them.
What?
I'm going to make them on Photoshop and then print them.
Or print them on where?
I'll print them. And then send them.
Paper?
Yeah.
Paper keychains?
Yeah. And then I was gonna laminate them.
Oh.
Andre, would
That's
you
cool.
sit down for a second? Do what I do. Do what I just did. Yeah, that's the toughest part of speaking. That's the toughest part. Do it again. Yeah, that's it. You know how you're sitting in your chair, hesitating, saying this, oh, I gotta stand up. That's the toughest part, right? Once you get out of that chair, once you're standing up, you're stuck. You got no choice. You need to start talking. Okay? So nobody should hesitate. When it's time to stand up, stand up.
Thank you.
All right, let's do it again.
Yes.
Did you know something as small as a keychain can make such of a big impact?
Feedback for Andre.
Slow down.
Slow down.
All right.
You're up, it's hard, you're nervous. And here's where you get to just make it pop.
Did you know something as small as a keychain can make such of a big impact?
Start again. Slower.
Did you know something as small as a keychain can make such of a big impact?
So I can hear you. It's not such of a big impact. It's such an impact. Or such a big impact. Just drop the word of, right? And I like this because for the last 2 days I've been able to hear you.
Such a
Nice.
big impact. Say that out loud.
Did you know something as small as a keychain can make such a big impact?
Alright, so now, feedback.
Pause.
Pause after.
Pause.
Did you know?
Posture.
Posture.
It could be
Pause.
a little less monotone.
Yep, a little inflection in your voice now. Instead of just talking like this. Try it again. Process.
Did you know something as small as a keychain can make such a big impact?
Alright, somebody who wants to say it? Stand up and say it how you think it should be. I love how people competing.
Do you know something as small as a keychain could make such a big impact? I don't think I worded that.
Who wants to
right.
try it? Alright, Sean. Oh, look at that. Alright, Sean.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
What is it again? I'm just the last part.
Could make such a big impact.
Could make such a big impact. Alright. Did you know that key change could make such a big impact?
Great.
That's
Chris.
how I would do it.
I don't have keys. Did you know? Oh, sorry.
Pretend you do.
Did you know that something as small as a keychain could make such a big impact?
Nice.
Yes.
What do you think? Are you hearing the difference? Alright, let's hear you. Pretend you're just on TV.
Never.
You're an actor. That's all this is. Once you stand up, particularly in front of judges, you are just on stage. You're just acting. Go.
Did you know something as small as a keychain can make such of a big impact?
That's alright. You did this though. You guys everybody notice that? Alright, do it again.
Did you know?
Oh, you're killing me, dude. Oh. I won't do it. Maybe you're looking at me or something. I don't know.
Did you know something as small as an
You're doing alright. You're doing alright.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Did you know something as small as a keychain can make such of a big impact?
Slow down and make sure you're asking us a question, you're pausing, and then you're making a statement.
Did you know something as small as a keychain can make such a big impact?
That was pretty good?
Getting there.
Alright, do it again.
I said it's getting
Kevin
there.
said do it again.
Okay.
Well, when you mumble, I'm just gonna make it up. So if you really want me to know what you're saying.
Did you know something as small as a keychain can make such a big impact?
Try it again slower.
Did you know something as small as a keychain can make such a big impact?
You're losing your inflection that you heard from everybody else. So think back when you heard a couple examples, how that sounded when people were asking a question and then saying something. Not how that sounded when they were saying something. I'm either gonna ask you a question, or I'm either gonna ask you a question. You want the first one? I'm either gonna ask you a question, I'm either gonna ask you a question. All right.
Did you know something as small as a keychain can make such a big impact?
Yay.
Oh, look at this! People are clapping for you, dude! Woo! Thank you.
Kevin,
Yeah.
hello.
Hello.
Everybody writing down hello? What is it?
I don't know what they're doing. They know what we're doing, but we'll see what they're doing here in a second.
All right.
All right.
Did you know that more than 3 million U.S. cases per year of people have anxiety? That's it.
Just say the words again, forget the infl. Just say what the words are.
Oh.
Did you know?
Did you know that more than 3 million U.S. cases of anxiety have been taken per year?
Okay, so we're gonna have trouble with that just because of the construction. Right, we're gonna have to change that, you can use the same words, but we're gonna have to change
Do you
the
know
order
3
of
million
it.
people a year suffer from anxiety? Is that what you're saying? Or not?
Kind of.
Oh.
3 million U.S. cases per year have
You
anxiety.
wanna say, you wanna say, do you know that there's 3 million cases of anxiety in the U.S.?
Or say people instead of cases.
3 million people are diagnosed with anxiety each year.
Yeah, because you gotta
Suffer.
you might wanna throw in
Suffer,
how-
yeah.
Right? Draw us in. Make it emotional. They suffer from anxiety.
No.
Oh, how can you solve that problem? I don't want to suffer anymore.
Then you might wanna throw in, like, if the rate is going up, it might not be a flat rate, it might be increasing, so you might wanna throw that in there and make it seem more urgent.
So, here's what I want you to think about. Think about the words we all just used. Try to say that when you say it. Here's what you do really well, and sometimes what we're really good at ends up being our assets at some point. What we're really great at sometimes can be our liabilities. Anybody know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
What do I mean?
Like, say if your greatest attribute is like speaking out, but like sometimes you shouldn't really speak out, and
Yeah.
so you're just doing that.
Right? So something you can be really good at sometimes can also kind of hurt you. What you're really good at is your body language. Use your hands. Everybody notice that?
Yeah.
Even in class, even when he's sitting down, always using his hands. It's a little distracting when you're in front of judges. So everything we're doing, from body language to how we say things, to how we find our voice, all becomes really important when you're the only one up there in front of 5 to 6 people. So I want you to use your hands, but it can't be every time you say a word. Okay? So that's new. You're going to try that.
Don't ask us.
There
Tell
are
us. Just tell us.
3 million people, whatever it is. Ready?
Okay. There are 3 million U.S. cases. No, wait, no. There are 3 million U.S. people suffering from anxiety each year.
All right.
Okay.
So they're a little lower, which was good, instead of way up here, so that was less distracting. All right. You ever watch politicians when they talk? They don't know what to do with their hands either. Trump is a pointer. Bill Clinton, and I read his book. Literally, this is why Bill Clinton hung onto his thumbs, because his body language, everybody thought he pointed too much. So they said, just hang on to your thumbs when you talk.
Have you ever seen?
So if you ever watch Bill Clinton, he talks like this.
Yeah. That's so
So if you start watching politicians, Dennis, if you guys watch Doc, we said one of your homework was maybe to look him up on TED Talk and watch him. Dennis Lidke, a founder of our school. There's not a speech I've ever seen him do yet, and I've watched them all since 2002, where he doesn't put his hand on his heart when he really wants you to think it's important. It's just a trick of the trade. Like, what are you doing with your hands to make sure to convey your message, right? And not distract people by your message. All right.
Will you deliver this? Every year, 3 million people in the United States suffer from what?
anxiety.
Anxiety. Every year, 3 million people in the United States suffer from anxiety. All right?
Say that like you mean it.
And say it like this is
Yeah, big.
terrible.
Say it like you have anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay. Every 3 million U.S. people suffer from anxiety.
Okay.
All right.
Wh-
So you need the words, but you got the right tone.
You got it.
All right, say it again with the right words.
Uh, what-
Every year, 3 million people suffer from anxiety.
Every year, 3 million people suffer from anxiety.
Say it again.
Every year, 3 million people suffer from anxiety.
Make me feel bad for those 3 million people.
Say it again.
Oh, I'm not do that. Right. There are 3 million people in the
Every year.
U.S. who suffer from anxiety
Every year.
every year.
All right, say it again like you mean it.
Okay. Every year, 3 million people suffer from anxiety.
That's great. All right.
Mention their mother.
How about if we, why don't you find the number of people? Forget every year. It's a big number.
Are
And
you
just tell us, 55 million people in the United States suffer from anxiety. In the United States, 55 million people suffer from anxiety. Whatever that number is. Because it's much bigger than 3 million.
Let's say it's probably 80 million. 80 million people in the U.S. suffer from anxiety. 80 million. That's what Nick's trying to say. Like, repeat the number. Make it bold. Make it, like, make me have to hear it.
So he's not asking a question, but there's a question there, isn't there? The question is, what the hell are we doing wrong? Right? That's the implication of
Or your
his
statis-
opening
your-
remarks. Like, what's wrong with
Look
us?
for the statistic, because it's on the news every night now. I don't know if you watch the news. Compared to 5 years ago, anxiety in teenagers is like 500% more. And I'm making that up, but it's a big number.
It's probably more than 500%.
Yeah. Bless you.
Thank you.
All right. But today we're really thinking more about your tone, your voice, making an impact when you talk. We can find the words. You have that down.
We're running out of people.
Oh no. Oh, he beat you to it. Sorry, you guys sit down. Yeah.
Poverty.
You
Poverty.
won't have a table in front of you to lean on, by the way.
Poverty, broken families, and street violence. The top 3 things inner city kids face.
Okay.
What's the third thing?
Yeah, I just wrote it down too.
Street violence.
All right.
And what?
Street violence.
That's how
Oh,
you should
street-
say it.
okay,
Street,
street violence.
violence.
Okay.
You're not sitting down, are you?
No.
Okay. All right, let's do it again. Clear. Separate your words.
Poverty, broken families, and street violence are the top 3 things inner city kids face.
Yeah, you gotta.
They're the top
You're,
3 things
you're
that
saying it like it's all one word. By the time you get to the middle, so you got the first part down, but each word is separate. Say it like they're separate.
You got a question?
Nick, you got a
I
question?
don't know what I don't know.
He can't hear you. That's what he's telling you. He can't. You don't know what you're saying.
Poverty, broken families, and street violence. The top 3 things inner city kids face.
All right, so say it really slow now. As if you think you're going so slow, we won't think it. Poverty.
Poverty,
Stop. Next one.
broken families,
Stop. Next one.
street violence
Stop. Go.
are the top 3 things most inner city kids face.
Now say it.
Poverty, broken families, and street violence are the top 3 things most inner city kids face.
Okay. You guys believe him?
I say give it a little bit more reflection.
Use your fingers.
Yeah.
It does-
Oh yeah,
it
great
does-
idea, James. Poverty, street violence, broken families. 3 major things that inner city kids face. Is that what you said? I'm not even sure. All right.
So
Make an impact.
I hear what you're saying. I know what the 3 things are. It doesn't sound all that bad. Well, it just doesn't. The way you're saying it doesn't.
Kind of
yes,
like
no.
with Gabriel, make us feel bad. You're drawing us in. You're telling us a sad story.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, you do. Somebody show him. Let him hear it.
What is the three again? Poverty.
Anything.
Yeah, it can
Anything.
be. It can be
Poverty,
food.
street violence.
Yep. Right, bad hair, whatever.
Poverty, broken families, and street violence are three things inner city kids face
Every day.
every day.
Somebody want to help him out? Get to our emotion. Make us feel bad. Thank you, Sean.
What's the three options again? I got it, remember. Poverty, broken families, and street violence, the three major factors that inner city kids face in their lives.
Everybody. That's good.
Oh, wait.
You don't just, it's not every day, that's
Anybody else?
Fine.
You gonna do it? All right.
Alright, wait, I forgot how it starts off.
Poverty, street violence, broken families.
Okay. Poverty, street violence, and broken families. I see, I forgot.
No, you're on it. Yep.
Okay.
Are the three things?
How does it end?
The three things that inner city kids face.
Okay. Poverty.
Take your hands out of your pockets there, dude.
Oh, me?
Yep.
Talking.
Poverty, broken families, and street violence are the three things that affect inner city kids.
Yep, that's fine. You don't have to have the exact words. We were gonna get to that. We will get to that. So at some point, this is gonna be so memorized that you're gonna sound like a robot. So it should always sound conversational, like we're just having a conversation. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Poverty, street violence, broken families. Those are the three things that inner city kids face every day. Do you feel sad?
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
In their everyday lives.
In their everyday lives.
I only have one of those. I only have one left to live.
Poverty, street violence, broken families. These are the three things that inner city kids face every day. Let's hear it. Like you mean it. Like we should feel so bad right now that we should buy your stuff.
Poverty, broken families, and street violence.
No, do it again.
Poverty.
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 Yeah. Make me have to feel it. Poverty. Street violence.
Yeah, like don't act like you're reading it.
Broken families. Probably three things none of your judges, by the way, have to experience. So you've got to get them to feel it. They only know it from the news.
They do. Turn the words around. Start this way. Every day, inner city kids have to face. Every day, inner city kids have to face those three things.
Every day, inner city kids have to face poverty, broken families, and street violence.
Who believes him?
Those two guys didn't believe anything.
All right. We need to hear some emotion in your voice. So what is the one thing in your life that you think is most important?
I don't know.
What object do you think is most important?
An object?
Sure. What did you bring to class?
Myself? I don't know.
Share something about... No, the first class. Did you bring something important to you and share?
Yeah, that's not.
What'd you bring?
That's not the most important thing in my life.
Oh, well then what is?
I guess my family. I don't know.
All right. What else? Because I'm not going to beat your family up. Nothing else?
I don't really care about anything else.
You don't care about anything else?
No, if you take something, I can get something else.
All right.
A little depressing.
What's the last thing you went? Do you ever go to concerts? Do you go to anything?
To a concert?
Yeah. Do you ever get money from anybody?
Money?
Yeah. Do you get money from anybody? Do
Yeah.
you work?
Yeah.
Does someone give you money? They are not. When? Who? How much?
I make my own money.
Okay. When? Where? How much?
Whenever I sell something,
When? When's the last time you got money?
like
These
couple
are simple
days ago.
questions, dude. I'm not trying to get in your business. They're really simple. Like, when's the last time you got money?
Last weekend,
All right, what'd you do?
sold the shirt.
Sold the shirt. The guy took the shirt. He never paid you.
Oh.
You didn't get no money, and you're out of shirt. Yeah, look at Gabriel's already sad for you. So take yourself wherever you have to be. I don't know if you watch any sports. I don't. Like your favorite team loses. Whatever it is, you are very sad when you're telling us this story about kids in inner cities. Can you get there?
I mean, I don't get sad.
I know. I think this is where, believe it. This was gonna. As soon as you said this, I was thinking this. This kid's always pretty happy. So sometimes our assets, the things that are our great attributions that we're so good at, can be liabilities. You can be happy throughout this and still tell us a sad story.
Do you get mad?
No, I'm just calm. I'm
Oh,
not.
I can't hear you. Do you get mad?
No,
So it's okay, these kids are facing poverty and street violence, and well, you don't care.
no, it's not that I don't care.
All
I
right.
live through it, but
That's a good.
It's not like
Show us how you care when you say this. How's that? Because right now, it doesn't sound like you care. You're just telling us street violence, broken families, poverty.
If I could suggest, I think by now you got that beginning part locked down. Close the notebook, because you've been reading it every time.
All right. Now you can't read it. Now you can't say it like you're reading it out of a book. Because you're not. All right.
I'd like you to do one more thing. See the clipboard?
yeah.
See that? Tell the clipboard. Forget us. Tell the clipboard.
Like you care. Because I know you do. You've been doing this before you even got to this class. That's how I know.
Poverty, broken families, and street violence. The top 3 things inner city kids face.
I think that's progress.
Yay.
Progress. Your voice is clear. Now you just got to know how to use your voice. Because you can't use it the same way in every situation, and I bet you don't outside of this class. If you need to get somebody's attention, you're talking louder. If you just want to tell James something and you don't want us to hear, you So in your mind, start thinking about it. If you talk to anybody about what you're doing in here, you should be saying this out loud, asking people, does this sound like I care when I say it? Because what's hard is, we know we care, but are we making that point? Anybody come into E360 or the E-Center and hear it's really tough and really hard and Jody's really mean?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I know it's out there. It's all right. You can raise your hand.
I actually never heard that.
I heard that a lot.
Because I use my voice. Like, if I have to make a point, people know I'm making a point. All right? You want to make a point with this one. This is a big one. These are 3 big things that they have to know you care and that it's real. It's not just words. It's not just what they're seeing on the news. All right? Cool.
So listen, we all wrote down things that we want to start with. And I'm volunteering for this. Many times we write down a thought and it makes sense to us and it's clear in writing, and then we try and say it. And it's hard to get the idea across just because of the way we put the sentence together, right? So I'm volunteering to work with every single one of you, not to change what you're saying, but to change the way you're saying it, the order that you use the words in.
And how? Using that inflection.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have, perfect example is that you never mind, I can't think of what I was going to say.
All right. Who's next?
See, that happens. I should have been standing up.
As many as 24% of the Americans will suffer some type of skin reaction at some point in their lives.
Say it again a little louder for us.
As many as 24% of the Americans will experience an allergic skin reaction at some point in their lives.
Is that true?
Yes.
24%? It is.
Mhm.
That's shocking.
Saying be Americans instead of just Americans sounds estranged. Like you're not really connecting with the audience that you're talking to. You said
No,
be
no.
Americans
Just
twice.
say Americans. No, no. You watch The Americans?
I didn't realize.
I heard it's a series.
Yeah, my mom watches that show. And it's about Russians or whatever.
Let's
As
There you go.
just do something with those hands that are. All right, now listen.
No, 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 no.
I think that number, I think the fact that you're telling us is shocking. Do you? 25%, 1 out of 4 people is going to have an allergic reaction to something?
Oh, I like that. You could end with that. 1 out of 4 after you give us a big number.
Whoa.
All right, try it again.
All right.
Loud, clear. Pause when you think you need to pause.
As many as 24% of the As many as 24% of Americans will suffer some type of allergic skin reaction at some point of their lives.
I'd end with that's 1 out of 4.
Yeah, 1 out of 4.
1 out of
Because 24% sounds like a small percentage.
So should I switch 24% to 1 out of 4?
Or start with.
1 out of 4?
Start
You
with
gotta be
1 out of
louder.
4 Americans.
Right? You guys had the cheap seat conversation? Talk to the cheap seats? Hi, you guys here to observe or you need something?
So, 1 out of 4 Americans will suffer an allergic reaction from cosmetics. Is that what it's from? Right. And then say it
What
again.
we said in class was we know it's a PD day, so some kids don't have school, but we would like you here in Entrepreneurs Do More, and then we'll find out who comes. So that's what that. So I have 2 kids that weren't at school today that I could. Oh, maybe something happened.
That's going to be your last sentence. 1 out of 4.
Okay.
Will
All
suffer
right.
skin reaction sometime in their lives.
All right.
Lose
Oh, I'm sorry. The individual coaching during class.
Drive it home to us at the end, okay?
Can I go?
Yes. Way up there, though.
1 out of 4 Americans will suffer some type of allergic skin reaction at some point of their lives.
What?
What's the next sentence?
That's 1 out of 4.
24.
No. You're just going to say the first sentence again.
1 out of 4 Americans will suffer an allergic skin reaction at some point in their life.
1 in 4 Americans will suffer an allergic skin reaction at some point in their life. 1 out of 4.
So that's what I'm saying. You're going to use the first sentence twice.
But you're not going to have a table to tap on, so back up a little bit. All right. Take you thought I just said that to him.
1 out of 4 Americans.
No, 1 out of 4. You are making a point. And then you're pausing so I can really internalize and process that.
1 out of 4 Americans will suffer a type of allergic skin reaction at some point of their lives. 1 out of 4.
Or that's 1 out of 4. Oh. And you have to do the
Can
percentage.
I say that's 24%? 24%.
I do. If you're going to use your percent, I would use it first and then make the point with 1 out of 4.
As many as 24% of the Americans will suffer an allergic skin reaction at some point of their lives. That's 1 out of 4 Americans.
That's 1 out of 4. You have to make the point. Because here's how it sounds. You have to make the point, or otherwise it sounds like this. You have to make the point. Do you see the difference? All right, try it again.
As many as 24% of the Americans.
See Americans? Back up. I know it's already in your head now, so it's going to be hard to get rid of. But try it again.
As many as 24 of Americans will suffer an allergic skin reaction.
An allergic skin reaction. 3 words. Try it again.
As many as 24% of Americans will suffer an allergic skin reaction at some point of their lives. That's 1 out of 4 Americans.
That's 1 out of 4. You don't say Americans again. So try that again. And at the end, it's 1 out of 4. And you have to pause, and you have to have emphasis on that's 1 out of 4 people. I'd say people instead of Americans.
As many as 24% of Americans will suffer an allergic skin reaction at some point of their lives. That's 1 out of 4 people.
Four people, just 1 out of 4.
1 out of 4?
Okay, so
1 point in their
Yeah.
life. In their life. Of their lives, in their life.
So the shock is 25% of Americans will suffer an allergic reaction to something in their lives. That's 1 out of 4. Kevin, that's 1 out of 4. You got me? 1 out of 4.
One of the judges could have that.
That-
It's one of the judges is having a
Yeah.
reaction right then
Hey.
and there.
You're just like, you should like point to him.
that's not a bad idea.
One.
If there's 4 judges,
One.
that could be one of you.
They're just
1 out of 4.
Humor is good, and people like that you interact with them, particularly judges if you can in some way. So whoever just came up with that was great. All right.
We're getting down to the end.
Dog groomers can earn $70,000 to $100,000 a year. But how much of that are they really earning when damn, I gotta
All
start.
right. Now you're doing all right. I
Dog
love when
groomers,
kids use the word damn. Not.
okay. Dog groomers can earn up to $70,000 to $100,000 a year. But how much of that are they losing when clients cancel? Just one cancellation a week can cost up to $1,750 in income. And just one cancellation a week can be hazardous for your pet.
For your
Pet.
All right. Is that all just your attention, or you went into why we should care, right? Let's hear the first part again.
Dog groomers can earn up to $70,000 to $100,000 a year. But how much of that are they losing when clients cancel? Just one cancellation a week can cost up to $1,750 in income.
It's a lot of numbers I'm not making sense of. So usually if you say up to, then it's up to, whatever that's capped at. So 70 to 100 don't make sense to me. It would just be 100. Dog groomers can make up to $100,000 a year. But when someone cancels, they're missing out on, they could be missing out on how much?
Well, I could say over.
How much?
$1,750.
$1,750. Okay.
say almost 2,000.
Almost
It's
2,000.
easier, right?
Yeah.
Say almost $2,000.
Dog groomers can make up to $100,000 a year, but when just one person cancels, they can lose almost $2,000.
Use roughly.
But why do you
What's that?
care how much
Use
your
roughly
dog
instead of almost.
I what?
Roughly $2,000.
Roughly $2,000, almost $2,000.
And
Why do you care how much money your dog groomer makes if you're not?
Oh, she's gonna tell you. She's not there yet. And she's gonna tell you why you should care. We're just not there yet.
Okay.
This is just to get my attention. But if my attention is, why should I care? You've hooked them. Because now I want to know more. The whole idea is you want people to know more. You want them to be thinking, I need to know more. I want to know more. So you just absolutely qualified what she did.
Marilyn, you need to say, but one cancellation a week. Right, that's how you get to the 2,000, right? But one cancellation a week can mean $2,000 in lost income.
So everything you have there makes all the research you did to get to what you want to say makes sense. Now let's say it. If I had more time, I'd write a shorter letter. All right. So let's hear it again.
Dog groomers can earn $100,000 a year, but how much of that are they losing when clients cancel? One cancellation a week can cost roughly $2,000.
Oh, it's per week that you could lose $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
Not per
One cancellation a week. That would mean that one cancellation is worth $2,000.
Maybe I messed up when I was writing.
No, I think
You're talking
I
about a
think
year,
it
right?
means
Year.
like
One cancellation a week each year, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, one cancellation a week each year.
Yeah.
One cancellation a week means $2,000 a year.
Okay.
Costs. One cancellation a week costs $2,000 a year.
That makes sense.
Dog groomers can earn $100,000 a year, but how much of that are they losing when clients cancel? One cancellation a
That's all right.
One cancellation a week can cost over under. Oh my God.
You're all right. You're all right. Because we mess with your words. But what I will tell you, if anyone noticed, she's pausing. Right? Her voice is going like this. You got that part down. That's what we're working on. So you work on your words, all right? Great. Who's next?
I got looked at.
Last person.
I don't think so. I think we got somebody else.
So, the LGBTQ community, Blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, Asians, Native Americans. What do these groups all have in common? They're underrepresented groups in our society. Feedback. Should it be going again?
A lot slower.
Slower?
Yeah.
That's a lot of process.
Lot of acronyms.
10 seconds.
All right. Go again.
The LGBTQ plus community, Blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, Asians, Native Americans. What do all these groups have in common? These are all underrepresented groups in our society.
That was good.
Yeah, it
Yep.
sounds a lot better when you slow it down.
Little more pause after the question, though. Let me internalize that a little bit.
Okay.
Try again.
How much pause? Like,
You'll figure it out. Go again. Can't give it all to you.
the LGBTQ plus. Okay, no, let me stop because I'm smiling. That's not good. Okay. I can't. Not at the start because it's like a serious thing. Maybe later on, but right now I don't want to seem like jovial about the fact that people are underrepresented. That's not a happy thing.
All right.
Okay. The LGBTQ plus community, Blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, Asians, Native Americans. What do all these groups have in common? These are all underrepresented groups in our society today.
All right. Bye-bye.
So it's too many groups. It's like, who's not in that list? Right?
Middle class, white,
People,
bread.
which is
That's true.
Who's not? Who's not in there? I mean, I might have missed
I hate it, but I think it is true.
You could have snuck white in there and I wouldn't have known.
no,
Right.
no, you definitely.
No, the list is too long. We need to do something with the way you present the list. We're not taking anything away from these people are underrepresented, but anybody missing this? Am I the only guy who's saying the list is just so
I get what
long?
you're saying.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's a lot of people.
Say it again.
A lot of.
Yeah.
But the people are important.
They
No,
are.
we need to figure out
we're all
another
important.
way to get to them. We don't want to eliminate anybody, but in the first sentence, I mean,
Do you just feel overwhelmed because there's like a.
It's just hard to, it's hard to process. I think I heard someone say that. Like, it's just,
hard to
say it again.
process.
Say it again.
The LGBTQ plus community, Blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, Asians, Native Americans. What do these all have in common?
Lost puppies, people in poverty, broken families.
When you say, for instance, LGBT, you say LGBT plus, we know what you mean, right? But assume that your audience doesn't. Because you don't mean the LGBT community plus these people, do you?
No.
You mean the LGBT community, I mean,
It's a
I go a
lot.
step
Plus, right,
I
it's
go a
small.
step further to blow it up a little bit, right? Like, let me see your notes. Where am I looking? Oh, wait, all right. So. Blacks, Asians, Hispanics. We've heard it. We've heard it in the news all the time. And not just them, other unrepresented, oppressed, what do you say? Like if you say three and then somehow bring it back to like, and other oppressed minority groups or minority groups as a whole. Like I'm a minority. Look around. Look in this class. I'm a minority. Right? Me, Liam, and Nick. We're the minority in this class.
the LGBT.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sean. Sean's with us. Sean's with us.
The LGBT plus community is underrepresented. They're not alone. Then we start naming tall people, short people, left-handed people, black people, right? But just separate the two
That
make,
makes
make
sense.
the point with
You already
LGBT
say
plus, and then say, but they're not alone.
And then say the rest.
Here are all these other people who
Then you
are
don't have to not say them. You
underrepresented.
can say them, but you kind of have a transition between the two. That makes sense?
No,
No?
it's not, we're not being clear.
I understand, I just don't like the idea. I'll find some other way to shift it around so that it's
Okay.
clear.
All right. But having them all
Okay.
together doesn't work. Okay. All right, here we go. When you start, that's when you're gonna get their attention. Otherwise, people just keep talking.
Order in the court.
Everybody will keep talking until he gets our attention. That's usually just how it works.
Being and remaining relevant in the fashion industry is like finding a diamond in the rough. For many people, it may not matter at all. Seeing that everyone is not passionate about the clothing that they buy. But for those specific group of people who take the time and interest in their clothing, this can mean a lot. A loss of creativity and unique ability in the fashion industry will diminish the overall selection of clothing for that group of customers and consumers, forcing them to buy from big and major companies who produce to the masses without any individuality. My business is to supply customers with original and authentic clothing and apparel, such as hats, hoodies, t-shirts, pants,
Too
shoes.
many. Too many.
Oh.
Too many.
Well, I was just trying to go off
Yeah.
the top because it's not on the paper.
All right.
I personally am not a super genius when it comes to knowing the industry or all of the skills and qualifications, but I see it as if I'm willing to learn all the gritty and necessary details and also learning new design skills and techniques, which I am, I would take the chance on myself if no one else would.
All right.
I'm gonna clap.
I'm gonna give a little feedback to each one. We never tell people what we can't do. I'm not invested in someone that's gonna tell me how, well, I don't really know this stuff, but I'm willing to learn. That should be already. Why? Because there's a chance you might get $5,000, and I wouldn't give someone $5,000 who wants to tell me they don't know what they're doing.
All right, that's a good
That make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that would be why.
What
you have
want to tell us is you
is
don't
great.
know. You don't know everything. You're not claiming to know everything. And that list of things that you're talking about, the products that you want to make, how about just hats to shoes?
All right.
Oh yeah, that covers everything, from hats to shoes. Yeah, confidence sells, James. That's what I would go with. Like, I don't talk about things I'm not confident about, or I talk like I'm confident about them, whether I am or not. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So you're right. You want to learn those things, but it's probably not something you want to say in your pitch. All right, cool.
I like gritty. I like it when people use some language that you don't expect.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
gritty.
Yeah, everything you have, I like the word you're using, except that last part. Like, don't discount yourself. That's what you're doing. We're just gonna go around at this point. Get it done.
To the clipboard.
I mean, I think he needs his notebook, Nate.
Yeah.
Here, Nate.
Poverty, poverty, broken families, and street violence. The top 3 things inner city kids face. They aren't given the inspiration or tools needed to succeed. I've witnessed many young brains flushed away by the streets and later institutionalized. Which is what... No. I messed up. Can I start over?
Yeah.
Poverty, broken families, and street violence. The top 3 things inner city kids face. I've witnessed many young brains flushed away by the streets and later institutionalized. They aren't given the inspiration or tools needed to succeed, which is what I plan to give them through style and comfort. My clothing line, Wuda Tag, meaning work until $1 a pair, then achieve greatness, will give kids the push and motivation they need while looking good at the same time. With positive energy and good spirits, the repeating cycle of poverty, broken families, and street violence is subject to change. I'm Debut, owner of Wuda Tag. Thank you.
Yeah.
I got it for the first time. That's a very nice story.
Mm-hmm.
We have to tell it in a way that it deserves. That's a nice story.
Yep.
In 1952, Walt Disney introduced us to the Lost Boys, a group of kids living in Neverland who would never grow up. In 1987, Jeb Schumacher gave us his Lost Boys, a biker gang of teenage vampires. The magical that's not a word. The magical market of millennials stands at 80 million people in the US alone, each of them earning to find a brand that best fits them. But Lost Boys is more than a lifestyle brand. It's a message and a reminder. The message that the people moving culture, like the Lost Boys we know, live forever through their work and their art. The reminder, on the other hand, it's a reminder that fashion isn't wholesale t-shirts with a hollow brand name screen printed on, and a reminder of the impact that can be had through fashion, and that we don't matter to this world. What matters is what you put in.
All right.
Liam, the message is a little.
Yeah, I got a little jump.
It's
little
a
jumpy
little
on it.
garbled.
Yeah.
Right, what is the message?
Yeah.
And you need to work on. Peter Pan didn't make it. I got it. I guess we don't care whether Peter Pan makes it or not as a point of reference for it.
I feel like saying Walt Disney makes that. Does it make that?
Oh, you
did
made
it
a
make
nice
that
connection
for
to Walt
you?
Disney to Peter Pan and brought us into '87. I thought
Okay.
you made a nice connection there.
I guess. So there's.
I get what
every-
you're saying.
Do you?
About Peter Pan? Or
Well, no. What is it about the Lost Boys brand name that you want people to take away?
Mm-hmm.
That will never grow up?
That it lives on forever.
Yeah.
Because that was just how it's written down. I think clearly. I'll read
Okay.
it. I'll read it so you can hear it.
All right.
The message: the people moving culture, like the Lost Boys we know, live forever through their work and their art. No.
Read
that
the first
doesn't-
part again for me. It sounded
So-
to me like you're saying the people moving culture. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
The people moving culture?
Yeah. The
Okay,
people
all
moving.
right, so-
Wait. Are you like the
We
people
can work
moving
on it
culture?
one-on-one
Okay, yeah.
outside of class. This is just to hear your pitch. Go.
Dog groomers can earn $100,000 a year, but how much of that are they losing when clients cancel? One cancellation a week can cost under $2,000 in a year, and just one cancellation a week can be hazardous for your pet because in that short time they can catch fleas and ticks on their dirty matted coats, and their nails can get so long it cuts into their veins. But I have a solution for my shop, Perfect Touch. I will provide pickup and drop off for the busy clients who cannot make it because of work, but also provide an app that sends out appointment reminders. No call, no shows, will be charged a $35 fee, encouraging my clients to make it or book with my transportation, keeping everyone's pet safer.
All right. If I had more time, I'd write a shorter letter.
Alright. There are 3 million US people who suffer from anxiety every year. And not only that, but 44% of Americans undergo stress. But I have a solution.
Keep going.
But I have a solution, and that's origami. My name is Gabriel Wellings, founder of Art of the Crane. I sell unique and creative origami products that will inspire kids to not only love and learn origami, but to rid this world of anxiety and stress.
All right.
What did he do? He's the only one who's done it all day. Well, Liam might have. He looked right at us. You looked right at me. It's like he's talking to me. That was very effective.
Chris, we
Very
never heard your
effective.
30-second pitch. Now we'll hear it all. Stand up.
I actually don't even have the whole thing.
We'll hear what you got.
So I've had artists all over Rhode Island record at my $15 an hour studio. And I didn't even have to ask, but 80% of those clients have told me that I do a better job at comprehending what they want to hear in each mix than a higher budget studio. The other 20% was their first time coming to the studio.
All right. So you got it. Personal story is good, but I don't think it's enough to get my attention. Because I'm a judge. I don't know you, so I don't know how you've been doing this for a long time. I don't know that you know what you're doing. I don't know that you have a studio for how long. All I see is a kid in front of me. So you got to give us something before that. So think about that. Let that kind of go through. You can come in. I think Lisa said you could intern here in the afternoon, so we can work with you. All right, next. Let's go into the first thing now. All right, so let me go through your whole thing.
Got the belt on today, Nick. You ready? Hello, my name is Rashawn Gomes, and I'm CEO and
Slow her down.
Too fast? Alright. Can't move. Hi, my name is Rashawn Gomes, CEO and founder of VG Detailing, and I'm here to tell you how I messed up. Hi, my name is Rashawn Gomes, and I'm CEO and founder
What
of...
happened to asking me a question and pausing and
Cause that's not my whole pitch. I thought that was like a...
we're gonna start from the beginning.
Like, no, that's what
Beginning
I'm
is
saying.
your
Like,
attention.
that was like kind of like... that was like thinking on my feet. I was thinking like how... That was like... It came to me. That wasn't part of my
It
pitch
is
from
now.
last Friday.
That's what you're starting with.
But it wouldn't
It
make
is
sense.
now.
It wouldn't
Start-
make sense with the rest of the pitch, so it wouldn't... Like, why would I add it in there?
Why did you say it is your attention?
Because that came to my feet right there. But this is my pitch from Friday that I already had for my business.
It's
that
gonna
was
change 100
presented.
more times before we're even done with class. So let's start with what you told us earlier.
But if I add that to this right now, it wouldn't have nothing
I
to do
don't
with
care.
it.
I don't care.
The car speaks on your character. Is it saying... Oh, hold on.
Wait, stop. Pause. Slow down.
All right.
Take a breath.
I feel like I'm saying this part for no reason.
That's all right.
All right.
We will be your reason.
Believe it or not, your car speaks on your character. Is it saying what you would like it to? And so, a dirty car might get thrown traits like slob or unprofessional, while a clean car, cleanliness is next to godliness. My name is Rashawn Gomes, and I'm the CEO and founder of VG Detailing, and I'm here to tell you why the weather is your car's worst enemy. So whether in the fall where you have leaves in your engine, whether summer, whether it's sand in your interior, this rainpour of spring, or the winter salt corrosion. For every season, there's a reason.
You got some good words, including those first 8 or 9. It works.
Yeah.
You might not think it works. I think it would work for you to put that, in
That
the
right
beginning.
there. Not on my feet saying it. Thank you for making me say it, because I had to improvise. Thank you.
All right. Ready, Kevin?
Kinda, but yeah.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay. My name is Kevin Yang. I'm here to tell you why we want to put your mind on design. Every day, a lot of clothing are being sold to children, teenagers, and adults that can be pretty expensive and with the lack of creativity. A big design or a small word can mean something to a person. And that is what we want. We want... It's 2 separate pages. Let me start over. Okay. My name is Kevin Yang. I'm here to tell you why we want to put your mind on design. Every day, a lot of clothing being sold to children, teenagers, and adults can be pretty expensive, with the lack of creativity. A big design or even a small word can mean something to a person, and that's what we want, a meaning. If you visit our website, you could go and customize your own t-shirt and hoodie.
All right.
Yeah, that's like
That's
that.
yeah. All right.
That's the word I'm looking for, merchandise.
Where's your hand?
Did you ever think something as small as a keychain? Did you ever think something as small as a keychain can make such a big impact? My name is Andre, and I'm here to present to you with my custom novelty keychains. Whatever you envision, I can make it happen. Photos of family, a logo, or maybe even a mini business card. On a keychain, maybe even a mini business card on a keychain. The possibilities are endless, really. So whatever you, sorry.
You can.
Alright. Did you ever think that something as small as a keychain can make such a big impact? My name is Andre, and I'm here to present you with my custom novelty keychains. whatever you envision, I can make it happen. Photos of family, logos, or maybe even a mini business card on a keychain. The possibilities are endless, really. So whatever you're thinking, I can make it happen.
All right, give me the door, Chris. So on.
A lot of sleeves pushing up around here, huh?
Love it.
There's a Liberty Mutual commercial of 2 kids not knowing how to change a tire. Nobody wants to be those kids. My name's Sean McGonigal. I'm McGonigal's Auto Lessons, and with my year's worth of automotive knowledge, I'll teach you how to change your tire, oil changes, brake changes, and more. With my classes, you come in, I teach you, you come out, and you'll be more confident in knowing your car. Thank you.
Do I have to present right now?
Mm-hmm.
I do?
Yep.
Okay. The LGBTQ plus community, blacks, Hispanics, Asians, and other minority groups. What do these all have in common? They are underrepresented groups in our society today. Advertisements. We are constantly bombarded by them everywhere, and they give us a sense of normalcy. They give us perceptions of what is normal and who we're supposed to be. Represent is here to represent more of those minority groups. I haven't really worked out the rest of it. Let's see.
Okay.
Okay.
So when you do, think about that beginning. 'Cause again, like hearing it, you guys hear it, like, we gotta have some kind of transition. You could say them all, but there has to be like some kind of transitional words between at least one, if not two. Just to let us process a little before we're hearing boom, 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 boom.
As many as 24% of Americans will experience an allergic skin reaction at some point of their lives. That's one out of 4 people. Why? There are many people who are Can I start over?
Mm-hmm.
As many as 24% of Americans will experience an allergic skin reaction at some point of their lives. That's 1 out of 4.
That's 1 out of 4. You're making an impact there. It's not a sentence that you say all the same.
As many as 24% of Americans will experience an allergic skin reaction at some point of their lives. That's 1 out of 4. There are many people who may not even know that they have a type of allergic reaction to products that they use that contain many dangerous chemicals or allergic ingredients like essential oils or fragrances. I want to help people find natural products that don't contain any toxic chemicals, fragrances, or essential oils that won't cause an irritation reaction to the skin. There are many natural companies that make products, but most of those products contain some of the most common allergic ingredients. I want my products to benefit everyone without any allergic reaction.
Okay. Because your last time, I'm gonna give one feedback. You want your products to, you gotta be more confident. My products will. Okay? I want to win the lottery. I will win the lottery. Yeah. All right, we have 10 minutes left. That is just enough time to introduce mission statements. Has anyone ever heard of a mission statement?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes? What do we know about mission statements?
They are the focus of the company.
The focus of the company,
What they do,
what they do,
the goal.
the goal. Those are all good answers.
You have to keep in mind throughout the whole time of the
Right, it's your mission. You should always be true to your mission. Have you ever heard that? Be true to your mission? Be true to your mission. Have a mission statement. You should have a personal mission statement for yourself. You should have one for your company. So mission statements are like the ideal. You may never get there, but it's the ideal of what you would want to be. And they're short, sweet, and simple. They don't go on and on and on. They're just, anyone know the mission statement for Disney? Disneyland?
dreams come true. Right?
It's kind of close. We're the happiest place on earth.
Oh. Nothing
They're probably not the happiest place on earth every day. If you remember a couple years ago when an alligator came out of the lagoon and ate a 2-year-old, right?
I thought
Probably
McDonald's
wasn't
was.
the happiest place. They have Happy Meals.
That's
Yeah.
exactly. They
Yeah.
sell happy.
They sell happiness, right? But Disney's is we're the happiest place on earth. Like that's the ideal. And a mission statement should be that, however I read it, I know your mission whether I work for you or I buy from you. So it's for everybody. These are some mission statements. You are going to take the next 5 minutes. Let me just take one and pass it down, Andre. There's a word bank on the bottom. That word bank does not include, it has more words on it than you need. Read these missions and see if you can figure out what company they belong to.
Oh yeah, did anybody else get the This Is Your Moment packet from Babson in the mail?
No, I sent the. Is it you talking about the text thing where you had to text a Babson?
No, it's
Nah,
like
I texted that and I didn't
Do
get
this,
nothing
we're running out of
back.
time. I don't know what you're talking about. Is it from the conference?
it's like I think it's like I haven't even opened it yet. I'm so excited. I want to sit
Oh,
down and read it
cool.
to my sister because I was telling her about
It's
Babson.
from the Youth Entrepreneurship Conference?
No, I think it's from Babson itself. It might
Oh,
be
wow.
like a bonus
Yeah,
or something. I
might
don't
be a
know.
big moment for you. Keep us updated. All right, let's take a look. Wherever you're at, again, is where you should be. Our vision is to be Earth's most customer-centric company, to build a place where people can come to find and discover anything they might want to buy online. eBay, Amazon. Who's got Amazon?
I say eBay.
eBay? Who's got eBay?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Is it Amazon?
Gabriel, what did you say?
For which one? This one?
The first one.
Yes, Google.
Google?
Yeah.
All right. Amazon. So as you went through most of these, right? Very simple, very succinct. The ideal, right? To be Earth's most customer-centric company. To bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. To bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. Guess they said that twice. Should only be once. If you have a body, you are an athlete.
New Balance.
New Balance. Anybody else?
I guess New Balance.
New Balance? Nike?
Nike.
Anybody have Nike?
Yeah. Look, it says Nike Amazon.
Never mind Nike.
It is Nike.
Ah.
The blank mission, whose blank mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful.
Yeah.
Google.
This,
What, do you just answer Google all of them, Gabriel? That worked out for you?
No. 4 times.
Whose mission is to enable people and businesses throughout the world to realize their full potential?
I guess
Babson.
Babson.
Babson? Anybody else?
Could be the Met.
I
Could
put
be the Met.
McDonald's.
What's that?
I put McDonald's because
McDonald's?
you wrote to make people happy.
Wow. Microsoft.
Oh,
Microsoft.
I did not. I thought Microsoft was a different one.
To make people happy. I was a little off. That's Walt Disney. Whose mission is to be the most essential global internet service for consumers and business? You said
Yes.
Google.
Yeah,
I
that's
You
guess
said
Yahoo.
It is Yahoo.
Yahoo.
All right. The mission of Who is to cultivate, encourage, and support new entrepreneurs in the spirit of innovation.
The E-Center.
Yeah. The E-Center. Who is committed to bringing the best personal computing experience to students, educators, creative professionals, and consumers around the world through its innovative hardware, software, and internet offerings?
See, I said Microsoft.
Yeah, I said Microsoft,
that?
but it's
Alright.
Apple.
Apple.
Is
Is
not-
that the reason why you put Microsoft twice? So
Chris has it. What is it, Chris?
Apple.
Apple.
Here's Apple on it.
I didn't see that.
Whose mission is to give people the power to share and make the world more open and connected?
Facebook.
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 Whose mission is to be the fabric of real-time communication on the web?
Skype.
Skype. Yes. Skype.
What's a Skype?
What a nice word. Be the fabric of real-time communication. At Blank, our mission is to provide a global online marketplace where practically anyone can trade practically anything, enabling economic opportunity around the world.
eBay.
eBay.
You can sell air on eBay.
Yeah, people do. It was on 60 Minutes. To educate and empower youth through relentless commitment to student-centered learning and personal growth.
The Met.
The Met. We prepare and sell quick service food to fulfill our guests' needs more quickly, courteously, and accurately than our competitors.
Wendy's.
Who says Wendy's?
I say Wendy's.
Who says McDonald's? Who says anything else?
I said
It could be Burger.
Burger King?
Apple.
Burger King, where kids are king.
Yeah.
The mission of Blank is to serve the community, the nation, and the world by discovering, communicating, and preserving knowledge and understanding in a spirit of free inquiry, and by educating and preparing students to discharge the offices of life with usefulness and reputation.
McDonald's.
Yale.
Yale, Brown, got 2 Ivy League colleges.
Met.
Yale.
Met.
I put Howard.
Howard. It is Brown University, right?
Maggots.
Right over on our east side.
Damn you, Brown.
Who aims to become recognized as the world's leading manufacturer of higher performance footwear, apparel, conducting our internal and external relationships according to these core values: teamwork, total customer satisfaction, and integrity.
Converse.
New Balance.
New Balance. So, mission statements are the ideal. You might never get there. 1, maybe 2 sentences long. You're going to come back on Friday with your mission statement. Woohoo! All right. See you Friday.
Bye.
Thanks for